Well, everyone, NASCAR race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Super Speedway, the Atlanta Super Speedway, and Joey Logano, he dominated today's race and ended up getting the job done. Let's get started with the
Back to reality.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of In the NASCAR, the Ambetter 400 race review. Yeah, so NASCAR, like I said in the intro, raced at Atlanta Motor Speedway today on the Super Speedway, and I was really excited for this race. I truly was excited, and I was truly excited. I was truly, really excited for this race, and yeah, for first starters, in qualifying, the Toyotas, they had like handling problems. Christopher Bell spun out and Ty Gibbs had problems. And I gotta talk about 1 minute before we get into the actual race. I gotta talk about the Xfinity and the truck race. Man, the Xfinity race, there was so many caution laps. I thought there was more caution laps than there were green flag laps in stage 1 and stage 2 combined. But in stage 3 was better. But still, man. And Austin Hill ended up getting the job done. So, good job, Austin Hill. You clearly deserve it, man. And so, yeah. And then the truck race, Christian Neckis won, so good for him. But, yeah. And then, like I said, Joey Logano ends up winning the Cup race after literally dominating stage 1 and stage 2. So, yeah. So let's get down to the race itself. Joey Logano, the Team Penske teammates were on the front row, and at the start, they were just dominating. They were just dominating, controlling the race. And one of them was actually my pick to win, Ryan Blaney. He and Denny Hamlin were my picks to win today's Atlanta race, and they both finished inside the top. I believe finished inside. I don't know where Blaney finished. I'm not sure. I might have to see once I get towards this end of this video. But at the starters, Bubba Wallace spun out and hit the wall and ended up ruining his day. So, as a Bubba fan as well, that completely hurts. Truly hurts. And clearly sucks, but, yeah. And then later it was just Team Penske dominated. I mean, it was this kind of gives me like Talladega 2018 Stewart-Haas racing vibes. And yes, I was there in person when that happened, and it was not really, there was not really a whole lot. I feel like there wasn't even a whole lot of lead changes in this race, and it's and then stage 1 was won by Joey Logano. Like I said, Joey Logano, he literally dominated. I think he led all the laps in stage 1. That was just how good Joey Logano was in stage number 1. I mean, yeah, that's how good Joey Logano was. I mean, it was mostly single file in stage 1 and stage 2. I like, as we all like to call it, the choo-choo train racing. And so, yeah, nothing really much happened in stage 1 at all. And stage 2 was the part where I don't really have a lot of information more, mostly because I slept in stage 2 because of the racing, of the choo-choo train racing. But Kyle Busch, on that, before we get to green flag in stage 2, Kyle Busch, I heard that I'm not sure if there was any fuel concerns. I know Clint Boyer in the booth was really concerned about what the fuel issue was for Kyle Busch. And I was thinking, where the heck did Kyle Busch come from? How did he take 4 tires, but he got first in everyone? I was thinking fuel, and yeah, it was like a fuel situation, so that clearly surprised me. That truly did surprise me that Kyle Busch was able to get up here, but Joey Logano, he dominated stage 2 again, guys. That's what kept me falling asleep. But yeah, that's just how it is. And I slept for about over 50 laps, just over 50 laps of the race. And then I woke up like with 17 to go in stage 2 with Logano leading again. And I think Acer Ross Stein 49 told me that Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher both had speeding penalties, but I'm not sure what happened to Ryan Preece. I think he had some sort of issue. And then Ryan Blaney had that penalty where he kept him multiple laps down, and then Chris Buescher had a penalty as well. And stage 2 was won by Austin Cindric. And then stage 3 was where the craziness, the fun racing. Well, this race began to turn into a good one because finally in stage 3 something very exciting happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big super speedway racing fan, but Joey Logano dominated. I mean, at super speedways, you usually don't see drivers dominating. You really don't see that happening. And then, that's what made me fall asleep because super speedway races, I never fall asleep during super speedway races. Absolutely, I never fall asleep during super speedway races. So that's why I fell asleep there. But hey, yeah. So, and then we have this one wreck with Kevin Harvick getting turned in front of the field, collecting Byron. Josh Berry was involved. Chris Buescher was involved in that one as well. And yeah, some other drivers were involved in that one too. So I think Buescher was involved, Byron was involved, Harvick was involved. Like that big one collected so many good cars, especially Kevin Harvick. I felt so bad for Kevin Harvick. And then once I heard Ross Chastain, I was like, oh, there he goes again. And I was like, Ross Chastain, man, you have done it again. You've done it in the summer. Now you've done it again. And now we all realize that it was just all a racing situation because Ross Chastain didn't even touch Harvick. Harvick just got loose and spun around. So, yeah, it clearly sucks for Kevin Harvick. Really wanted him to at least have a good run in his final Atlanta races, but oh man. And then Eric Almirola blew a tire, and then not collected Larson, and not collected Kyle Larson. Justin Haley was involved. Clearly sucks for them, especially Eric Almirola. He got the wind knocked out of him once he got out of that race car. And then it was green flag racing from there, with Keselowski leading basically. It was battle between Keselowski and Logano, battling with each other, and the Toyotas. There wasn't really a whole lot of working manufacturers, especially, but the main manufacturer that was clearly dominant was Ford. Ford was extremely fast at Atlanta. Was extremely fast, and Ryan Blaney, he was one of my picks to win, and unfortunately didn't get the job done. But it was his Penske teammate that did it, and then coming down to the end, Keselowski. But TJ Mayer did such a great job of spotting for Brad Keselowski, and then coming to the end with Christopher Bell. Tyler Reddick honestly should have went with Christopher Bell there in that final race. Reddick should have gone down, and Christopher Bell should have gone with them. That would have made things a lot more better for them. But I think it was just, and then Logano galloped across Brown in the final lap, and he ended up ended up winning the race, and there was a bunch of 3 wide passing coming across the checkered flag. So if you guys don't know me, Joey Logano is the driver that I dislike the most out of anyone. So yeah, but I'm actually not really that mad. I'm not mad at all. Really not that mad because we saw an incredible finish. Because like I said, I'm a big super speedway racing. Nothing can ever take away. But except for Brad, when I lost it, when Brad used to be my race driver at the time in 2021, I really didn't like what he won. But that race was really fun to watch. Like I just didn't really hate the fact that Keselowski won, and that's kind of the same case for me. But I just saw an incredible finish for it. So okay, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm just disappointed that I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Let's just say that, guys. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed that we did. I still haven't got a winner. I really wanted Keselowski to win there, but even though I'm not a big Brad fan. I wanted him to win because he hasn't won in so long. Well, hasn't won in quite a bit. I was seeing if he can, try to get some stuff up there. But it just didn't happen in the very end. So I do feel bad for Brad. Hopefully he can at least get a win. But hopefully, if he would, I would have definitely said congratulations if Brad would have won because he hasn't won in so long, and I'm losing some hatred for him. He's actually, I mean, I don't hate Brad as much anymore, so I'm gaining some respect for him. So I wish Brad could have won that one though, but hey, at least he finished second, so good job. But Joe really got no man, but But he dominated, and this race was clearly deserving for him. Joey Logano absolutely deserved this win. This win was clearly deserved to win for the guy, and yeah, and I gotta admit, what Logano and his father did was just a touching moment. His father came out on the field. That was just a touching moment. I don't care who you are. So to have your family come out on the track is something very special. So yeah. So aside from that, the race was good. Denny Hamlin ended up finishing sixth. Close to a top five. We haven't gotten that first top five of the year yet, but I'm still happy for a top 10, though. We needed some good points today. We got it. Happy for a top 10 finish. I'll absolutely take it. And especially for Tyler Reddick, a top five for him, I'll take that one too. So both of my two of my three favorite drivers finished top six. So that's a win. That's technically a win for me. So yeah. And so yeah, guys. I liked how the race paid out in the end for me as a Denny Hamlin fan, and of course Tyler Reddick and one of my other favorites, but Bubba Wallace, my second favorite. That has to hurt for him, but yeah, but the racing in stage one and stage two was kind of boring. Was actually really boring in stage two because I fell asleep. Like after past 30 laps, I was out. I was snoring. That was how boring the racing was in stage two because Logano dominated. It was just not even like 10 laps, and they were already starting to get single file. So I just fell asleep because it was just too boring. So yeah, but so now, like I said, this race was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't the greatest, but it was good. At least we saw a good finish. You know, at least we saw a decent finish. So this race was good. So, anyways, now let's go ahead and take a look at the race results.
The race results. Joey Logano obviously won the race. Brad Keselowski second. Christopher Bell third. Corey LaJoy, again, I didn't mention him for a minute. Corey LaJoy, he had a great car. I'm impressed with how Corey LaJoy started the season for me. He's been doing really good. Tyler Reddick finished fifth. He said he was not feeling good at the start of the race, but I'm really happy he got top five. My favorite driver, Denny Hamlin, sixth. Ryan Blaney, my other pick, will finish seventh. Well, he's not one of my he's one of my picks to win the race, by the way. Eric Jones, 8th. Ty Gibbs, 9th. Rounding out top 10 is Kyle Busch. And it's 11th, Austin Cindric. 12th, Noah Gragson. 13th, Ross Chastain. 14th, Alex Bowman. 15th, Todd Gillen. 16th, AJ Allmendinger. 17th, Ricky Stenhouse. 18th, Josh Perry. 19th, Martin Truex Jr. Probably the slowest Toyota we've seen today. Austin Dillon, 20th. Michael McDowell, 21st. Justin Haley, 22nd. Ty Dillon, 23rd. Denny Hamlin and Ty Dillon ended up making some contact. Chase Briscoe, 24th. Well, Chase Briscoe, I don't know what's been going on with Chase Briscoe lately. He has just been absolutely been horrible lately. If Chase Briscoe continues this, he'll miss the playoffs for sure. Cody Ware, 25th. JJ Daly, 26th. Bubba Wallace, after spinning out and hitting the inside wall, finished 27th. Ryan Preece, 28th. Daniel Suarez, due to damaged vehicle policy, will finish 29th. 30th is Almirola. 31st is Larson. They both had tire issues. I don't think I haven't talked about that. Larson and Almirola, they had tire problems. They had tire issues, they had a tire down, and that caused that big wreck. William Byron Harvick, Harrison Burton, Chris Buescher, and BJ McLeod were all caught up in that big that big crash on the back straightaway. So, yeah, that's the race results for you.
So yeah, in conclusion, this race was good. It wasn't one of the greatest. It wasn't like last year. Last year's was so fun to watch. But I gave it like a 9 out of 10. This year I'm going to give it a little bit of a different score, a lower score. So yeah, and yeah, and so yeah, and I gotta say, this was a good race. This was a good race. Not one of the greatest Super Speedway races I've ever watched. Not even near that, but a race it was good. So I'm gonna give this race a 6 out of 10 for this race. It was a good race in the end, and I'm happy that Hamlin finished sixth. I'm happy that he got top 10. And I'm especially happy for Tyler Reddick, man. He wasn't feeling really well. I thought he was gonna be out. I was like, no. And then he ended up finishing in top five, which I'm extremely happy for. So yeah. Next week is Coda, which is a road course, and like we saw from Toyota last year, they were god awful at road courses last year. I mean, they were absolutely terrible at road courses. Hopefully that's not the case. I mean, Christopher Bell just won the last road course race at the Charlotte Roval. So, I mean, that's always a plus there. But that's really good. That's really good sign there. Hopefully, Toyota can at least increase their performance on road courses, and we'll see how it goes in the very end. So, yeah, the racing was good in stage 3, but stage 1, stage 2 was really boring because it was really boring. Was boring. It was just choo-choo train racing, kind of like the 2021 Daytona 500. So, yeah, or any other boring or any but boring kind of racing, boring racing. But the stages at the end of the stages were fun to watch though. So that's always a plus there. At least I woke up like at least with 17 laps to go in stage 2, and I missed green flag pit stops entirely. So yeah, guys. Well, I didn't. At least I didn't miss anything that much in stage 2 because there was only green flag pit stops, and I know I'm not sure who that other driver was that got a penalty, but I know Ryan Blaney and Chris Buescher had penalties, and Ryan Blaney and Hamlin were my picks to win, and they didn't win. So hopefully Coda, and I know who my pick to win for Coda is. It's gonna be AJ Allmendinger. He's my pick to win Circuit of the Americas, guys. I think he's gonna get redemption. I think he's gonna get the job done, guys. And that race is gonna be interesting because you do have other certain drivers in there. And keep an eye out for that driver who's substituting for Chase Elliott. And yeah, so it's certainly gonna be interesting to watch Dakota. And I'm not gonna be doing any live race reactions for that race. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think about this race? Let me know in the comments. This race was okay. Race was good. 6 out of 10 score. And anyways, this is Preston signing off. Peace out.